Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. And welcome back to another video we do every single month on my channel. We are doing TBR Jar chooses my reads for the month of September. I've been doing this the entire year of 2024 and I just feel like it's my favorite way to pick my TBR. It's fun. It kind of picks other books that I probably wouldn't gravitate towards naturally. And I feel like it's a good like baseline of how I'm going to mood read for the month and stuff like that. I go to my TBR first whenever I'm picking up a book or anything like that. Now, I'll be completely honest, have I been the best about reading my entire TBR? No, but I normally read about half, so I am pretty proud about that. Do I think I'm going to finish my TBR in the month of September? One can only hope, and one can only hope that that happens at least once this year. Alas, it has not happened yet, but I'm crossing my fingers for it right now. I will say too, before we get into the video, I'm gonna have to refresh the jar soon or just add in all my old prompts again because we are looking a little low in here. So if you have any ideas for prompts, please let me know down below. I feel like I also normally talk about new releases in this video because I'm not just talking about like my TBR that I'm gonna choose off of my TBR cart, but also just about other books and stuff like that that I want to read while I'm mood reading this month or for videos or anything like that, which I feel like there are quite a few books for videos that I could choose that are on here, which is a really good sign, and hopefully I'll be able to finish my TBR. As for new releases this month, I don't really have any on my radar. I'll go ahead and put some up on here that are on my personal radar. You might have some other new releases that you want to read. If you do, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below and we can all talk about like the new releases we're excited for and stuff. Some books that I'm really hoping to get to, I've been really wanting to read Caraval by Stephanie Garber for some reason. You guys know I love the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy so much, and my friend Abby started reading them recently and she flew through all three of them this month. And ever since finishing Throne of Glass, I've just really been wanting like an easier fantasy read that's also kind of different, and these are more like fairy tale whimsical fantasies, so I really want to get to Caraval, so hopefully we'll get a prompt that I can pick that. Also, a novel love story. Can we just talk about Ashley Poston's covers? They are literally so stunning. I've been wanting to read this ever since I heard about it coming out, and I loved her other two books so much, so really hoping to get to this one as well. Books that I kind of need to get to, I feel like I need to just finish the Dreamland Billionaire series. I've had this on my TBR for so long. It's been on so many physical TBRs for the months that I've picked out my TBR from the jar, so I feel like this is just a book that I really need to get to, whether I read some of it on audio or read it physically. I just didn't really love the first two for some odd reason. Like, they were good in my opinion, but I just really wasn't obsessed. I'm not the biggest fan of Grumpy Sunshine, but I know this one isn't Grumpy Sunshine, so I should give it another chance. And I've also heard amazing things about her other series that she's coming out with right now, and I really want to get to this one because I've heard really good things about this one specifically. It's just, they're so long, and I don't know what it is, just like long romance books really are not my jam lately, and I know that I really do want to get to those. I feel like we should just go ahead and start and pick our first prompt. Oh, two. I'll pick the one that drops first. They both drop. Okay, this one's on my lap, so I'm gonna pick this one. Dad chooses a book. Okay, this will be really interesting. We'll see if he gets back to me in time. My father knows nothing about any of the books that I read, so again, this will be very interesting. I'm just gonna do what I normally do whenever I have somebody pick my books and just send a picture of my TBR cart and then just have them pick randomly. My mom's also not home, and my mom knows like a little bit about the books I read because she also reads some too, so it's not like she can help him with this either, so I'm really interested to see what he chooses. Okay, I'm gonna send the picture. Hey Dad, I'm filming a video. What book would you choose off of this cart? Okay, we'll see how quickly he responds. Go ahead and pick prompt number 2. A color in the title. I don't know if I have any. No fire song for me. Color. No. Okay, don't have any, so we're just gonna set this aside and we'll put it back in the jar for the next time I do the TBR jar, because maybe I'll buy a book eventually that has a color in the title. I don't really know. Kind of shocking because I thought that one was gonna be kind of easy, but I guess not. Okay, let's go ahead and retry the second prompt. A book you bought because of the cover. I'll be honest, a lot of the books that I buy are because they're recommended to me, or I read a book previously by that author and I like their writing, or it's like a newer release that I'm kind of excited about or anything like that. So I don't really know. I guess I could just pick like the prettiest cover that I see. Automatically my mind goes to a novel love story, if we're being completely honest. It's just so stunning. I love this blue so much. I think it's so pretty. I always thought One for My Enemy was also really pretty. This is by Olivia Blake. I've wanted to read an Olivia Blake book for a while too. I just don't know if it's the right time. I think out of these two, this one is probably my favorite cover. Now this is by Ashley Poston. I have loved her other two books so much. Both are rated very highly for me, and she just adds these magical realism elements that make them feel so different and unique from all the other romance books that I read, and I really, really like that. I don't think I want to read the back. I know it's like something about an author and she goes inside a book. I think that's like what I'm seeing here too. Since this has been a newer release, I've been trying to stay away from a lot of reviews I've been seeing, even though I have heard some, and there have been some like mixed reviews, but I don't know. I feel like I'm going to enjoy this so much just because I love both of her other books so much. Next up, okay, I got Mom Chooses a Book. Okay. I'm literally just gonna send her the same exact thing that I sent my dad and hope that she responds quickly. Okay, sent that over. We will check in with her at the end of the video like we're gonna do with my dad. Okay, this is off to a very interesting start. Let's go ahead and pick the next prompt. A book you think you won't like. Okay, that's really promising. I'll be honest, I don't really buy books unless I think that I'm going to enjoy them at least a little. One I'm thinking of right off the bat is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I don't really have a lot of Colleen Hoover books on my TBR anymore because I feel like I've just kind of outgrown her as a reader, but I have read quite a few of her books. I also get scared of literally everything, so I think that's another reason why I probably wouldn't enjoy this, and I just don't know if her writing's for me anymore, but I have been wanting to read it because I want to know what happens and I want to be able to talk about it with people because I know that a lot of people enjoyed this book the most out of all of her books. And I feel like if I could pick any of Colleen Hoover's books to actually read now, I would probably pick this one. I've had Little Fires Everywhere on my TBR forever. My friend Olivia read this and she said she didn't enjoy it very much, and I don't know, I also get spooked again, and this is kind of like a mystery type thing. This is also pretty short. I feel like they're both pretty short. I think I'm gonna pick Verity. I've been wanting to get it off my TBR for a really, really long time, so I feel like now is the time to do it. Prompt number 5. Goodreads choice nominee from the past 3 years. Okay, I'm just gonna go online and search it because it's kind of hard to navigate the Goodreads app if we're all being honest with ourselves. To go look at the past 2 years, and we actually have quite a few options that are already on my TBR, so we're just gonna do the past 2 years instead of the past 3 and choose from those. The first one is The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I know I've been saying I need to get to this so bad, so maybe I'll go ahead and choose this. The second book in the Crescent City series was on one of the lists, House of Sky and Breath. This is the first one, House of Earth and Blood. I've been wanting to get to this. I just don't know if now is the time. I think I'm actually gonna put this one back because I don't think it's the right time for me right now. Maybe I'll pick it up sometime this month if I'm in the mood for it, but I just don't want it on the TBR. I feel like that's kind of daunting. And then we have Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. You guys know I loved The Storied Life of AJ Fikry by her. It was so good. It's a 5-star read for me, but I also don't know if I want to read this one. The one that I think I do want to read is The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. It sounds so good. It also kind of has a little bit of magical realism, which I've been enjoying in a lot of Ashley Poston's books, so I've been wanting to read more with it, and I've heard really great things about it, and I feel like I would really enjoy it. I feel like it'd be a fun fall read to kind of get me into the fall mood, so I don't know. I'm gonna put this one back. I think I'm between these two right here. I really want to pick The Wishing Game, but I know I should read The Final Offer. I'm gonna pick The Wishing Game because we have more prompts. Well, wait, we have one more prompt. I just realized that because my parents are choosing. Even then, you know, it could still be chosen, and I'm just gonna be delusional and think that I can finish this without it being on a TBR. So we're gonna pick The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. Again, I said there was magical realism in it. It's also a nice quick and short read, and it's kind of giving me like Matilda vibes a little bit. Like not really, like there's just a random plotline that's giving me Matilda vibes. And it's about all these people wanting this author to write another book, and they only make one copy, so there's like a trial to get to the book. I don't know. This sounds really interesting, and I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy it. Okay, on to our last prompt. 3-word title. Okay, I have a ton on here that I could choose from. Out of Love, The Friend Zone, A River Enchanted, Go the Distance, Dance of Thieves, Sorcery of Thorns, The Great Gatsby, The Inheritance Games, Little Fires Everywhere, Next of Kin, and of course, The Final Offer. I don't know, this book makes me so nervous for some reason, but I feel like I need to read it. We're gonna go ahead and put it on the TBR. You know, I can't promise anything, especially with how busy I'm about to be in the month of September, which you guys will see as it happens. But this is Second Chance. This is childhood best friends to lovers, and those are tropes that I really enjoy. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this one, and Lauren Asher's writing is pretty quick, so I don't know. I'm gonna give this a chance. I'm putting it on the TBR, and hopefully it will be off the TBR by the time the month of September is over. Okay, I'm back. I actually have both responses from my parents. First off, we'll do my dad, and I didn't even think about this whenever I looked at it. He actually did know one of the books on here, and he picked the only one he knew, and that is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I've been wanting to read this for a while just because it is classic, and I want to get in my classic era. I've heard a lot of great things about this. This has been on a TBR before, but I feel like with the TBR I have now, I could get to it, and it's also really, really short, surprisingly enough, and I finally want to be able to say I read a classic of some sort, at least. So this is going to be another book that is on the TBR. I honestly don't know anything about it. I know I watched the movie when I was younger with like Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. I don't remember that much from it. I know that it's during the 20s and there's like a lot of parties and stuff like that, but I have no idea, and I can't remember if there's like another meaning behind it or anything like that. I'm sure there is because it is a classic. Okay, and then my mom also responded. This is also no surprise because she is in her Kristen Hanna era. She just read The Nightingale, and this is the only Kristen Hanna book that I have that's on my TBR. This is Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. I've heard amazing things about her books, and I've been really wanting to read this one specifically because it talks a lot about girlhood, and it kind of follows these two best friends throughout their lives and like how their friendship changes and stuff like that, and I feel like I would just really, really enjoy this. And I've just heard amazing things about Kristen Hanna in general. The first one my mom ever read was The Nightingale, so I will be reading that one eventually too and borrow it from her. But yeah, I'm really excited about finally getting to read a Kristen Hanna book. Let me know if you guys have a favorite Kristen Hanna book so I can read those after this one. Okay, I picked 6 books like I normally do. I feel pretty good about it, so let's go ahead and do a little recap of the TBR. First off, we had Dad chooses a book, and he chose The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Second, we have a book I bought because of the cover, and I chose A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. Then we had my mom choose a book, and she chose Firefly Lane by Kristen Hanna. A book I didn't think I would like, I chose Verity by Colleen Hoover. A Goodreads Choice nominee from the past 3 years, we have The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. And a book with 3 words in the title, I chose The Final Offer by Lauren Asher. Hopefully, if I get to any of these books, I'll get to this one. Okay, here is my TBR for the month of September. I'm feeling pretty good about it. We have a lot of great picks on here and just some books that I've been wanting to get to for a while. If you guys have any thoughts on these books or books you specifically want me to read in reading vlogs or any TBR prompt ideas, go ahead and comment those down below. And if you've watched until this far in the video, go ahead and comment the book stack emoji so I know who the real ones are who watched till the end. And if you want to keep up with me on the daily, go ahead and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and on Goodreads. Goodreads especially if you want to keep up with what I'm reading in real time. They are always linked down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did. And I hope you're having a great reading month. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.